The Leo and Danny Show. We met Tito Ortiz this weekend on a shoot. The Huntington Beach bad boy is going to appear in this video. His dad was a heroin addict, beat him, and now Tito Ortiz is a multimillionaire, drives a Rolls Royce, and is running for city council of Huntington Beach.
Wow. Does he suffer from any CTE type stuff like that?
Doesn't seem like it. He's always been a terrible public speaker.
Yeah.
That's common knowledge, but he seems all there completely. He was on the Adam Carolla podcast, sounded great. He's not a professional speaker, but he's not like Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell, that's a guy with some CTE in his head.
Yeah. Did he marry Jenna Jameson, one of the old school porn stars?
He married Jenna Jameson, who I read a book about.
Yeah. It's a good book she wrote, right? The one she wrote?
She didn't write it. Neil Strauss wrote it. She goes, does anybody have any chapstick? My lips.
They look good.
I would blow a guy for some chapstick right now. Jenna Jameson got raped on a boat when she was 14.
Yeah.
She was addicted to crystal meth before she ever got into porn and got down to 60 pounds or something. I could never look at her sexually again. Even in her prime, I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was with Tito Ortiz. He got in trouble for domestic violence, turned out to be a sham, and now she's in Hawaii just abusing drugs day and night while he has full custody in a new relationship with a new girl he's been with for 6 years.
You think he's drug and alcohol free?
Yeah, Tito Ortiz is a fucking winner, dude. Yeah. Tito Ortiz is a good guy.
That's cool. I'm glad he's in the video. Did you call him up or you just ran into him?
He knew Garrett Garcia, Overboard Humor, who was a YouTuber I did a documentary on this weekend.
Mm-hmm. And can we talk about that a little bit? Or do you want to save it for the...
Sure, we can talk about it.
I'm curious.
Overboard Humor is, to me, significant because, as far as I've seen, it's the most tragic decline story of any YouTube channel. Now, I know some YouTubers have killed themselves. Some have been carted off to jail for touching kids. Short of that, I think this is as big of a fall a YouTuber can take. He went from making $400,000 a year, fucking hot chicks, driving a Porsche, to now he quite literally lives in a van. No, scratch that. A tent down by the river.
Does he have a vehicle?
Like that Chris Farley sketch. No vehicle.
Wow.
And I hung out with him all weekend. And the crazy thing is, I fucking really like him. We got some really good comedy bits.
It's nice.
I'm bringing him into the Danny Mullen fold.
I love it.
He's going to appear in more videos.
That's great, dude. I can't wait to meet him.
This guy, I knew that he had a lot of potential, that he was for real, that he could make a comeback. When he went up to a guy on the beach, Nico was filming Long Lens from the Huntington Beach Pier. Overboard Humor, this kid Garrett, lays on top of this gigantic football-looking offensive lineman black guy, lays on top of him and starts talking about fucking this guy's girl while his girl is right there. The girl starts dying laughing while the football guy loses his shit, shoves Garrett, and starts trying to fight him.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to be licking my lips like somebody rolling on ecstasy for this whole podcast. My lips are so chapped.
Does he just have nerves of steel?
He has nerves of steel, and surprisingly, he's not a drug addict. Really? I chalked up the entire decline beforehand. I had my mind made up that this guy was doing heroin. I spent the night with him, and Nico spent the night with him in a tent about the size of this couch. We were all sleeping on top of each other.
You didn't sleep much.
Didn't sleep much. We went out into his camp down by the river, like the Chris Farley sketch. Slept there, visited all of his local haunts in Huntington Beach, went to Balboa Island and harassed a bunch of rich people. It was a fucking ball of a weekend.
So why is he living in a tent if it's not drugs? He doesn't do drugs?
He doesn't do drugs. His channel was on top of the world. He was getting numbers, Leo, I kid you not, 85 million views per video.
Oh my God.
Not routinely, but routinely he was getting 1 million, 2 million, 800,000, 600,000, 4 million. And then out of nowhere, this is going to be a lot of this in the intro to this week's video. He got hit by some sort of crisis. And that's what I was really trying to get to the bottom of this weekend, is what this crisis was. Because all of a sudden appeared on his channel a 10-video vlog series about how his life was falling apart. How his girl, who both Leo and I tried to message as a joke. We tried to see if she'd respond to us. Yeah. She eventually responded. She eventually responded. But, I mean, how can you resist a guy of my stature?
I agree.
She fucked up his life, had his child, a Fan Jerry-esque situation, by the way. Yeah. But there are clips of him waking up in mental hospitals on there, getting restrained by police, There's this 10 video window that he later privated. I talked him into unprivating it for the sake of this picture that I'm shooting, this biography. And then he went back to trying to shoot his old style of content, but it was as if the essence had been drained from his body. It was never the same. And the views declined week by week, year by year, until now he live streams from laundromats and has about 30 viewers at a time and is just asking for money pretty much. But I hung out with him, and the guy is funny, smart, sober, and willing to do fucking whatever. And I think it just comes down to a crazy mom and dad, essentially.
How did you come to meet this guy? Did you know him as he was a YouTuber, like before, and saw his videos?
I was familiar with him, yeah. 2014, I had a weekend where I came back from Vegas, hungover, not just from booze, but from lack of sleep and a bunch of goddamn Molly, Austin. Don't get any ideas. You'll pay for those fucking benders. And I stumbled across one of his videos where he was going up to people and he was doing user-generated comments. So the people in his comment section would write something really offensive, just like our fans say all the time in the comment sections. But it was a game with him. He would tell his fans to leave out of context horribly offensive comments. He would take those, walk up to people in a subway, in a library, at an AutoZone, and just whisper into people's ears. Sometimes when I'm bored, I pretend my cock is an electric eel and run around a playground. Things like that.
Nice.
And he has this autistic quality about him where you don't think it's a joke. You don't think it's some fucking new age, Yeezy wearing, $300 haircut fuckwad. You think it's a legitimate crazy kid. So people give him these very credible reactions like, dog, if you don't get away from me, I'm going to fucking knock your ass out. I don't know why I'm pretending I'm a black dude all of a sudden.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
He targeted black people in all his videos, that's why.
They tend to have solid reactions. They are colorful in their demeanor.
I've always seen his videos, but then I've always been very cognizant of his decline too. And he hit me up during the Sunfish shenanigans of last November with Ruman. Speak about a channel in decline. There's one right there. And he started hitting me up, and I got the idea somewhere around last spring. Kicking the ass. We can use that as a segue here. I don't want to give too much away from the video.
Yeah.
But one of the things that Garrett from Overboard Humor, the guy I did the documentary on this weekend, one of the reasons he got so huge, and yes, people, I'm getting into the real new Sunfish. He got huge through comment trolling. People leaving the comments down, the offensive stuff, and then him saying it. It's a genre on YouTube that he originated.
Sick.
5 other channels got up into the 1 million sub mark because of his idea.
Wow.
We brought that back because I thought it was funny for our, shoot. That's when he went up to the big black guy who looked like an offensive tackle for an NFL team and said, sometimes I use my pet hamster to wipe up my jizz. He whispered that into the guy's ear while he was lying atop him.
I can't believe he got on top of him.
Yes.
That's crazy.
One of mine, and I want to message this guy on Twitter who gave it to me. By the way, most of the people who tweeted at me these phrases were fucking awful. So many of them sucked so much. It was multiple sentences, trying way too hard. But one of the funny ones was, I am going to suck off a rattlesnake, blow a koala, and then finish in a mountain goat. So this was right after Garrett went up and laid on that offensive tackle.
So ridiculous.
So I knew I had to step my game up. I go up to this girl who's on the beach alone on a beach towel. I approach her head on. She sees me coming, starts to get a little uncomfortable, stops paying attention to the Jane Austen novel she's reading. I walk right up, stare at her for a little bit. She's afraid to bring her eyes up and look at me. Then I get down into a prone position, look her right in the fucking eye, take off my shades and say, I'm going to blow a rattlesnake, suck off 2 koalas, then finish in a fucking mountain goat. This girl gets up, looks like she's just seen a zombie, and just starts fleeing down the beach. Not in full run, but basically trotting with purpose away from me.
Like fast.
Scared.
Oh, God.
As if I'd flashed a knife in an alley. That's how threatened this girl was. It was bad to the point where I was apologizing, saying, like, it's a joke, it's a joke. I would love to message this kid. I want to get the guy on the phone who started this whole fucking thing. It's not going to happen right now. Afterwards, we film a couple more bits. We go in, we tie up a loose end on the Tito Ortiz storyline we had going on. We go back to our car, pretty much done for the day. It's me, Nico, Nico's fucking brother, Brendan, You know Brendan?
Yeah, you can't buy.
Alcoholic, a little loopy.
2.0, yeah.
What do you mean 2.0?
He's like Nico 2.0. He is a lot. I think they're very similar.
He makes Nico look like a scholar.
Yeah, in many ways. Yeah, he's more fucked up than Nico for sure.
He makes Nico look like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind.
He's just a few years ahead.
He's a few years ahead of Nico. Apparently pulls some solid tail, though.
He gets laid,
yeah,
apparently.
somehow.
I don't know why I'm making such a big deal of Nico's brothers being there, but his one brother being there.
Brendan, yeah.
And then it's overboard humor. While we're packing up, getting ready to go, just bullshitting around my Mercury Sable, these two guys come up, walking fast, chests puffed up, and I think, okay, for the second shoot in a row, we got violence.
Yeah.
I rip off my jacket, throw it on the back of the Sable, and I think that makes them mellow out a little bit because they're like, oh, this guy's going to try to fight us. So they go on the defensive, say, hey, we're not going to fight. We just wanted to know why you're walking up to women saying a bunch of offensive shit.
Yeah.
Austin, can you pull up this guy's Instagram right now so we can see him?
I haven't seen this guy yet.
I didn't know who he was. He starts saying, you scared my wife. I guess it was his wife that I went up and told I finished into a mountain goat. And after talking a little bit, I say, you know what, man? You've got a point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Out of context, I know that was really horrendous and probably seemed like boneheaded stuff too, but I can assure you it's going to fit into a larger narrative, a larger video, and it's going to be smart and entertaining.